Don't think you can wait until 2023 to finally play Starfield? Here are the best games like Starfield that you can play right now. Starfield looks so amazing that we simply can't wait to buckle into our personalised starship and blitz around the galaxy looking for new planets to explore. What makes this even more heartbreaking is that even though the original announcement trailer promised a November 2022 release date, it was recently delayed to an unspecified date in the first half of 2023. Though we wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't quite make that vague promise either. So if you're painstakingly wasting away the days until you finally get to join Constellation and map the stars just like we are, we've got a whole bunch of games that are either similar to Starfield in size, scope and tone, or are perfect microcosms of the many features and mechanics that Starfield promises. From micromanaged spaceship piloting to vast, sweeping adventures that guarantee thrilling roleplay opportunities, we've got you covered. If you want to properly lose yourself in these sci-fi worlds, why not try out our Pro X wireless headset for some of the most realistic audio immersion you can find on this side of the galaxy. Let's get into the best games like Starfield that you can play on PC right now.
Outlaws, I assume. Do me a favor and let me finish this, will you? And then make it quick.
If you were absolutely blown away by Starfield's jaw-dropping promise of thousands of planets to explore, and can see yourself spending hours and hours simply observing the virtual universe's diverse planets and stars, then Space Engine might be worth your time. This impressive simulator positions itself as less of a game as such, and more of an actual virtual universe you can explore from your PC. Space Engine promises billions of galaxies, stars, and planets, all presented at a one-to-one scale through procedural generation based on actual science, and even allows you to alter time to observe a planet's entire lifespan. If you're hungry to see the infinite potential of the cosmos, Space Engine is the perfect tool to do it in. Fallout 4 probably goes without saying when it comes to recommending games like Starfield, down to it being by the same developer. But if you've never played a Bethesda game before and were intrigued by Starfield, Fallout 4 is the perfect first port of call if you want to know what kind of adventure you're getting involved with. This sprawling open-world RPG sees you embark on a quest to find your son and repair the relations between humans and synthetics as you venture across a post-apocalyptic Boston ravaged by nuclear fallout, accompanied by some charming 1950s jazz music. Not content with exploring the world alone, however, you'll be joined by a charming dog, an android detective, and even a robot butler.
As I live and breathe!
Fallout 4 features one of the most unique worlds you can explore in video games, and it sets the stage perfectly for what kind of universe we'll be introduced to in Starfield.
With you, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
If spaceship resource management is more your thing, then look no further than FTL. That stands for Faster Than Light, if you didn't put that one together. Starfield director Todd Howard himself said that spaceship combat and captaining is directly inspired by FTL. And so what better way to get some early interplanetary piloting practice in than by going straight to the source. FTL ditches fancy visuals to focus purely on intense gameplay, putting you in charge of managing your ship's limited power resources directly to the modules that you think require the most in that situation. If you find yourself having to battle off a pirate ship, you can balance power delicately between your weapons and shields as you attempt to fight them off, or you can divert all of your resources to your engine while you try to escape. Don't worry, we won't judge you if you choose the latter. Come on, it wouldn't be a list of sci-fi games without Star Wars, would it? This Uncharted meets Dark Souls adventure from Titanfall developer Respawn is easily one of the best modern Star Wars games you can get your hands on. Featuring solid lightsaber combat that will never not be incredibly satisfying, as well as a meaty character-driven adventure, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is an easy fix for anyone craving a planet-hopping adventure. Set between episodes 3 and 4, you take on the role of Cal Kestis, a Padawan in hiding who never quite finished his Jedi training before the purge of Order 66. After forming a ragtag group of companions,
Get off my sofa, cat! I hope you found something better out there than this droid.
it's up to Cal to hop across the galaxy far, far away and earn his status as a Jedi Knight, alongside solving the mystery of the ancient Zephu civilization and battling the Jedi hunting Inquisitors. Oh, and did we mention you get an adorable droid buddy?
Yeah, I'm okay. You alright? No, you're not doing that again.
If you're particularly excited about the prospect of building and populating settlements on foreign planets, then it's definitely worth picking up Surviving Mars. This challenging city builder puts you in charge of constructing the first human colonies on the famous Red Planet, and making sure everyone survives its toxic environment in the process. You'll be relying on groundbreaking technology, artificial ecosystems, and an ever-growing population of colonists in order to build up humankind's first ever interplanetary civilization. Oh, and keep your wits about you. Mars is full of untold secrets that might be worth exploring. Just keep yourself prepared for anything. Technically originally released in 2016, No Man's Sky has received so many game-changing updates over the years that it's slowly evolved into something very close to what Starfield aims to be, though with less of a focus on storytelling and more about just jetting across a procedurally generated galaxy. In fact, while Starfield impressively boasts thousands of planets to see, No Man's Sky offers a jaw-droppingly infinite universe to explore, filled with unique life and ecology. Acting sort of like a sciencey big brother to Minecraft, you'll be chipping away at rare space minerals with your mining laser as you save up your resources to build your very own galactic base, buy new spaceships, craft new equipment, and even trade with other life forms. Just don't get too sucked away into this world. There is also a real universe that you exist in too. If it's the prospect of constructing your own planet-faring ship that appeals to you, then it might be worth testing out your experiments on the Kerbals. Kerbal Space Program puts you in charge of sending the adorable, if a bit dim-witted aliens into space to explore the solar system. You'll be bolting on all sorts of thrusters and components onto your craft as you try to send these little guys further than Kerbal kind has ever gone before, and then strapping them into vehicles and satellites as they map the planet you reach. Before you know it, you'll be constructing space stations, massive starships, and even surface bases on foreign planets. Just try not to have too much fun sending these guys to their deaths, because, well, it is quite satisfying. Considered by many to be a can I copy your homework answer to Fallout, The Outer Worlds is actually a charming RPG set in a delightfully unique world with a tongue-in-cheek sense of humour.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot.
Directed by two of the masterminds behind the original Fallout, and developed by Fallout New Vegas developer Obsidian, there's obviously a lot of comparisons to be made, but there's also a lot of individuality to The Outer Worlds. Set in a galaxy ravaged by capitalism instead of radiation, hypercorporations and class division have defined the society that colonizes the stars. After commandeering the Rust Bucket starship The Unreliable, you'll be recruiting all manner of plucky companions as you travel across the Halcyon system. With a focus on a branching dialogue system, memorable characters, dynamic interactions, and comically morbid scenarios, The Outer Worlds is an adventure you'd be hard-pressed to forget.
Not likely, bootlickers.
If it's strictly high-octane dogfights across the stars that you're craving, Elite Dangerous ought to satiate your hunger. Boasting a staggering 400 billion star systems, Elite Dangerous features a 1-to-1 scale representation of the Milky Way galaxy, and essentially treats it as a massive playground for you to fly about in your custom starship. Whether you're looking to become a lone spacefaring pirate, picking fights with any passing ship that takes your fancy, or if you want to join an alliance fleet and take on bounty hunters, Elite Dangerous has content for whatever your preferred style is. Even if you don't fancy gunning across the stars, you're more than welcome to simply treat this as a relaxing space trucking simulator as you haul resources from planet to planet. Hey, we all need to relax somehow, don't we? And finally, it's time for the creme de la creme of sci-fi RPGs, the Mass Effect trilogy. This epic saga was originally concluded almost 10 years ago, but thanks to the recent Legendary Edition remaster, this fantastic quest to save humanity now looks and plays better than ever, and still stands tall as one of the best video game narratives of all time. Taking on the role of the steadfast Commander Shepard, it's your job to convince intergalactic society of the oncoming threat of the Reapers, a machine race set on harvesting all organic life, as well as putting an end to their treacherous accomplices.
Protheans tried to fight, and they were utterly destroyed.
But while that cataclysmic, overarching narrative acts as the through line throughout the trilogy, it's really the smaller, more personal stories that make for Mass Effect's most memorable moments. Whether it's the touching loyalty missions that reveal new depth to your ragtag crew of misfits, or the awkward but sweet romances that blossom between unlikely lovers, this grand epic has a lot more heart to it than you might think.
Friend, huh? That's a start.
A start. That's intriguing.
So, those are some of the games we recommend if you're looking for something to fill that Starfield-shaped hole until it finally releases next year. Have you played any of these? Are there any other games that you would like to recommend? Let us know in the comments below, and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the Logitech G YouTube channel for more lists just like this one, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to enter the comment section when a new video drops.